Hey everyone, my name is Artindi and this is an indie game review of the new indie game, The Dreadfull Whispers, a first commercial game by solo game dev Noa Calice. I think that's how you pronounce his name. A popular game dev YouTuber who goes by Blackthornprod. If you are interested in watching a creative and artistic game dev on YouTube, I recommend checking him out. I just finished playing The Dreadfull Whispers all the way through, so I thought I would make a video about what game design choices make this game great, and some things that I feel could have been done better. I will try not to spoil anything as we dive into what makes these whispers so dreadful, or great, or whatever. This game is a sort of puzzle platformer dripping in a metaphorical story and depicted with unique art in the trademark style of the creator. This art is so defining that anything he makes is immediately recognized as his. The game seems to have many mechanics that are all mostly related and tie in well with the metaphorical story being portrayed. Something that I have never seen done before, and probably the thing that I love the most about this game, is the minigame before the menu opens. With most games you start and the first thing you see is the menu where you then click the play button to start playing. The Dreadfull Whispers takes you right into the action before the menu even opens. Games are a medium that can express things differently than a movie or a book, and this is where I think the creator of The Dreadfull Whispers takes full advantage of that. Speaking of minigames, the game seems to be divided into a bunch of minigames. The mechanic that you use to get from point A to point B changes every so often, giving the impression that the game is just a collection of the fun ideas that the developer has developed over time. This would be a negative thing towards the game if not for being counteracted by the music and story tying everything together. With each change in gameplay, there is a satisfying cutscene explaining why the mechanics are changing. And with progress, the music swells with dramatic effect, connecting the different sections and helping the player understand when the climax of the game will occur. The different minigames also give it a great pace as it changes with frequency, so you never get bored with one type of gameplay. The original soundtrack composed by Dave Allen is such a major contribution to the game. I think we sometimes underestimate the power of music in media like games or movies. The music is what tells the player how they should be feeling during a scene or a level. Without it, viewers or players would be lost. There are many choices throughout the game, but most of these just lead you down an alternate path with a few different levels that ultimately bring us back to the main storyline. There is at least one major choice in the game that can dramatically change the ending and feel of the game. The great thing in the game design is you are given many opportunities to choose the path that will lead you to what I believe to be the more satisfying ending. In fact, I bet anyone in their first playthrough will choose the better ending because of the many chances the player is given to change their mind. I am glad that once the final choice has been made, you are forced to continue and live with the consequence. This is a great decision in game design. The only thing that could make the choices better is if they were not so binary, yes or no, left or right, good or bad, but on the flip side, more complex analog choices would perhaps feel out of place in this game, and make it difficult to have the powerful ending that it does. So for the type of game that it is, and the way it was done, I think the design choice of choices works great here. Two of the user tags in Steam were puzzle related. However, many of the puzzles in the game I felt were lacking. Maybe I'm just good at puzzles, I know, super humble, but I found that many of the puzzles could be solved as soon as the level started, and then the only challenge was pulling the puzzle off. Only one or two puzzles that I encountered had the feel of an actual puzzle, when you start thinking you know what to do only to discover you're wrong and something completely different needs to be done in order to proceed. When puzzles don't work out, it can have the feeling of busy work, because there is little exploration of a solution, and now you just have to move the character from point A to point B. The controls for the game at times felt unnatural or confusing. For example, jump in using the W key is fine, but when the spacebar is added to activate a different ability, it became confusing because in most games the spacebar is used to jump. Odd control arrangements are seldom a big deal because most players can quickly adapt to fit the game they are playing. However, with plenty of thought and beta tester feedback, minimizing the confusion of odd controls can help make a game feel more welcoming and immersive. I think Blackthornprod put plenty of thought into this though, because I couldn't right away come up with a better solution with the wide variety of controls needed for the wide variety of minigames. This next point may not be necessarily a bad thing, but perhaps more of an observation. Because of the incredibly unique art style, It may be difficult for this creator to separate this game from future games. In fact, having played some of the mini-games that Blackthornprod has uploaded to itch.io, I felt many similarities, as if this game was just a more perfected and complete version of those games. It'll be interesting and exciting to see where this developer goes in the future. Even with all the little nitpicking negatives that I've pointed out, in the end I enjoyed playing the game twice. Overall, I felt like the game was very interesting and worth sharing with others. There are some great lessons to learn and take from this game regarding video game design. So if you want to improve your own game making skills, or if you want to explore a creative and exciting world built upon a metaphorical journey, this is a great game to check out. You will never know unless you try. Thank you so much for watching this. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see more, you know what to do. Otherwise, please feel free to leave a comment down below if you disagreed with me on any of the points that I brought up. If you have any other games that you think I should check out, let me know as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have an excellent day.